Some immigrants in the Mid-South are concerned they could be targeted once National Guard troops arrive in Memphis. Immigration is part of President Donald Trump's Memphis Safe Task Force initiative that he signed in the Oval Office yesterday. ABC 24's Lauren Turman begins our team coverage with why some local leaders are expecting the worst, even for people who were born in this country. Lauren.
With National Guard troops expected on Memphis streets at any moment, some migrant communities are on edge, and advocates fear this will lead to more arrests or deportations and confusion over who's being targeted.
This could shut down the city.
As Memphians prepare to see National Guard troops on city streets, these local advocates are sounding the alarm.
I think it's gonna scare people, intimidate people. You know, I became an American citizen, and one of the reasons why is because we're not a military country. Right? We have a democratic government.
President Donald Trump's memo directs the task force to, among other things, enforce federal immigration laws. Casey Bryant, whose team legally defends immigrants nationwide, says they're bracing for impact even for those who are U.S. citizens.
We've seen people being arrested, being manhandled, being put in jail, even if they do have lawful status, because they aren't offered the opportunity to prove up their status. This can cause irreparable harm to not just individuals, but targeting basically anybody that looks like an immigrant or sounds like an immigrant.
The memo also calls for strict enforcement of offenses like assault, graffiti, noise, and traffic violations. Local organization Latino Memphis President Mauricio Calvo says a reduction in crime is much needed, but there are better solutions.
We should be thinking about poverty, education. I know it takes a long time, but those are the things that are actually going to reduce crime.
Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner, who's long called for a new jail, stated they've already moved some inmates to other local facilities to ease overcrowding and could ask the state to pick up at least 130 convicted prisoners. In Mississippi, the DeSoto County Sheriff is also making room by transferring some inmates to a state prison.
I definitely am anticipating more people being detained, if not at Mason, down in Louisiana, where people have traditionally gone. And I see our work as a legal organization ramping up.
And we have asked representatives of the recently opened West Tennessee detention facility in Mason if they have received orders about expected arrest or detainments. They then directed our questions to ICE, who has not responded. But the confirmation of these kinds of offenses that these agencies will be expanding on as they continue to enforce current immigration law will undoubtedly have a very large impact on this area. In the studio, I'm Lauren Turman.